My God, what kind of device is this? What is going on, YouTube? I guess you're wondering what kind of things happening here to this poor guitar. That crack back here, I showed you before around the lower bout where the top separating from the round back of this ovation. That crack, even under some string tension, I can't get it to open up. And just a tiny, maybe the width, not even the width of a razor blade. You know, and I don't want to pry it open and rip it farther, make the crack bigger than it already is. But it's closed. I mean, I can't even get in there and clean out old epoxy or whatever they glued it with before. Pretty sure it was epoxy resin. And I thought about using that, and it was recommended by a couple of friends I talked to, telling them about this repair. But they changed their mind when I told them the cracks won't open up. I've got the guitar, I've got the strings, I don't know what they're tuned to, they're just some tension on them. And I did get it to open, not even the width of a razor blade. It was just a tiny little crack. And there's no way you can get epoxy in that. Not well enough to hold that much pressure. So what I'm forced to do is, I'm going to use thin viscosity CA glue. Cyanoacrylate glue, because it will run in there. I could maybe get by with medium, but this thin's good stuff. I use it on all kinds of stuff. It's good for wood, it's good for plastic, or whatever that stuff is. It's some kind of, this is plastic, I'm pretty sure. CA glue is good for that. And I can tighten the strings up a little bit. I need to go up one whole step to get that crack to open up. Okay, I'm going to turn the guitar upside down here, put the headstock down on the floor, and get a little pipette, put on the glue bottle, and I'm going to squeeze that thin viscosity glue down into that crack, and I'll be able to see it go in there and make sure that it's in the crack. Then I'll have to quickly loosen the strings, put the guitar here like you see it now, clamp the neck down. This is just very lightly clamped, just to keep this end of the guitar from raising up when I clamp this side down. And I'm going to take a jack like this and get right in the center of the clamp. Now I have a little, you can't see it, can you? Let me adjust you here just one moment. I cut these things out to hold the guitar, you know, help it from standing up. Like I say, I got a clamp up here on the neck to hold that end of the guitar down. Put one clamp right in the center of that crack. There's a little ledge right here, so I can successfully squeeze the crack back together like this. I may have to turn the, oh no, that's going to work. Yeah, see, that works. And that's about the only option we got, because like I say, I don't want to force the thing open. My God, where are you? I don't want to force it open, you know, any more than I have absolutely got to. But I've got to get it forced open enough to get glue in there. So, that's what's going on at the house. I feel like I'm down in the back, maybe. I'm the kind of guy that prefers being up in the front, if you know what I mean. So hold on, let's get into this thing and get this crazy setup here in motion. Well, like I said, I'm not going to be able to show you very much, but here we go. It's opened up as much as it's going to open up. I can see it running down in there. I'm kind of smearing it with the glue applicator as I go. And there we go. Now I got to get the strings loose rather quickly and get squeeze out. Really not worried about any squeeze out right now. Just want to get it clamped up as quickly as possible. without losing a whole lot of time, just going to lay him in the dreadful vise that we created. And I want the center of that crack just about right there where it is. Yeah, something. I'll tell you what, you get into all kind of funky positions when you do this kind of work. So be ready for that if you do this kind of work. Just a little tip. I'm putting leather under the strings here. Okay. Where this clamp's going to go. Like I say, I'm not applying much force at all on that clamp. These have protectors already on the clamp, but I'm going to have to turn it sideways, man. Shit. There. That works. That might pop off of there. It looks like it might hold. It's fairly tight. Let's see if it holds or not. Yeah, boy, she's together now. Yes, sir. It is, man, that's what I was afraid of. It's together, it was. I need more of a bite down here on this desk. It's got like maybe 1/4 of an inch. Have to take this rubber foot off of that end would help a lot. A February winter day, middle of February, and it's like 75 degrees. 75 degrees here today, man. It's the craziest thing I have ever witnessed. What about you, kid? You ever see anything like that? Good girl. You gotta take her and chase Birdie. She's all wound up and ready to go get Birdie. You want to go chase birdies? Good. Bark at them. Go get a bird. You go get Birdie? Tell the YouTube folks, cheers. Say, I love you. Tell the YouTube folks, here, over here. I love you. Oh. Good, good. Alright, we'll go. Hold on, hold on. Might be all the help we need. Could very well be, you know. There we go. Now I don't think it'll slip off again. Yes, sir. Let's look at that some more. Yeah, man. I can shine the light across the crack. See, it better shine this way. And I can see that it is completely closed up. Completely closed. Later on, after this sets up, and I'm just going to leave it the rest of the night so it can set good, I'm either going to take epoxy or thick CA glue, probably is what I'll use. Take the strings off, go in there with the thick CA glue and go all along that crack from the inside. I want to check in there first and be absolutely certain that the CA glue did come in. I know it did because I could see it going down in the crack. So I know that worked, but just double check it. I don't have a mirror or anything in there to look at it right now, but should be able to see inside, you know, right along that top there, signs of CA glue. And I'm sure I will, absolutely sure. I'll either go in there with epoxy or with thick CA glue and just go over that, a good heavy thick coat of that stuff too. I think it bonds better to things that's not clamped than thin does. But there you go, man. All we got to do is just wait on that puppy now. Let the CA glue do its magic. Boy, she closed up nice. It's completely closed. And like I say, I'm 100% sure. You can't see, can you? I mean, I'll just get the camera, come over there and get it and show it to you up close. Hold on. I put that tape on there so the CA glue wouldn't run all over the place. I may have to do some sanding, but I'll try to show you the same view I was seeing. Of course, it's not going to work. Yeah, maybe it is. Very hard to hold the light still and the camera. Look, they're coming. There she is. But yeah, man, check that out. That crack is closed up. Maybe we'll see it better like this. I don't know, I can't hold the camera still enough. In a hellacious bind here. But anyways, here you can see what it looks like, maybe a little bit better. Clamp to the bench. See what I was talking about here? Just a tiny place for the clamp to hook to. I took that rubber thing off like this end has, and it's holding. And like I say, I made these, cut these out on a scroll saw that I already showed you the blade was broke. I have one blade for it, it's shot, but it cut those out enough to hold the body. And that clamp up there with leather between the strings and the fretboard, and it's just lightly clamped. It's not clamped hard or heavy. But that's it. I'm just going to leave the guitar like that tonight. Come back here tomorrow and maybe you can see that better there than. Yeah, I need a macro lens to get any closer than that. But you can see, I think you can see, the gap is closed up. And like I say, I could stick a razor blade in there. That was as far as I wanted to risk opening it up. I didn't want to make these cracks any worse or any longer. They still look the same. This one's got a little bit of finish checked around it, if you can see that. The other one up here, not so bad. It would have gotten worse. There's the one I'm talking about with the finish. Just a couple of little marks. The finish kind of chipped away from, I guess, when the crack was born. If a crack is born. Borned. So, yep, there's the setup for today, folks. It's a hell of a looking thing, I tell you. Hey, you got to do what works, right? 10-4. So there you go, folks. A short, sweet video on gluing that mother back together. Tomorrow, like I say, I'll come back. We'll take the strings off, look inside down there, and assure that that thin glue got in. And we will also either put some epoxy down in there. Look who arrived. We'll either put some epoxy down in there all along the crack, or thick CA glue. That's probably what I'll do. Just run thick CA glue all along the crack, you know, to reinforce it. Now these cracks on the top here, the owner has kept this guitar so well humidified that these cracks have gone back together. As you saw, a light couldn't even make it through the cracks. So I doubt if I'll be able to use a suction cup and pump wood glue into that. I may use this very same method and use the thin CA glue and run it down in those cracks. That will also seal the finish and glue the cracks at the same time. And maybe wrap a band clamp around it, you know, just to help squeeze them together. I don't know. I don't think we would need to. They're so tight now. But we will look at that when we get to it, I guess. And we're getting hit with some wind tonight. The other night, wind just ripped through here like it blew a shingle off of the house. It never sleeps. Blew a shingle off. I had to go up there and fix that shit. Anyway, we're going to get it again tonight, they're saying. And it's already started. So I'm going to say cheers to you. And what's the matter, cue ball? What are you so wound up for? I'll see you on the next video. Tell the YouTube family I love you. It's showtime. What? I love you. I love you. Good girl. Ooh, I love you. Ooh. I love you. Good. Are we off?